We've been like Sid and Nancy for months now.
We have some disagreements, but I hardly think I'm Sid Vicious.
No, I'm Sid.
Oh, so I'm Nancy.
That was a clip from the most memorable movie I've ever seen. It was 500 Days of Summer, a romantic comedy directed by Mark Webb. And it really is a good one. But that's not why I remember it so well. I remember it because I watched it outside with 8,000 other people in a beautiful setting. I was at the film festival in Locarno. That's a lakeside city in southern Switzerland, south of the Alps, in the Italian-speaking part of the country. So imagine a giant screen next to pastel-colored buildings dating back to the 700s, and cobblestones covered with row upon row of folding chairs. And then there are palm trees and mountains in the background. It's just stunning. The Locarno Film Festival had to go virtual last year, but this year it's happening again under strict guidelines to help prevent the spread of COVID. So that means not quite as many spectators watching open-air films on the Piazza Grande or inside movie theaters. I'm Susan Misicka, and this is the Swiss Connection. One of the film goers in Locarno this year is a colleague of mine. Eduardo Simantob is in charge of our cultural coverage here at SwissInfo, and he's been telling me what's so special about this festival.
Well, Locarno is, we can say, is the biggest film festival, or the most international film festival of Switzerland. And it's known also as the smallest among the greatest, on par with Cannes, Berlin, and Venice. The difference is that the main difference is that Locarno is not a star-studded festival. That means you not have like the greatest or the newest Hollywood stars present there, but it's a paradise for cinephiles, for the cinema lovers. The program covers, let's say, geographically the whole world. It spans from Asia to South America, Africa, Europe.
One of the films being featured this year is a Hong Kong-French co-production directed by Q Zhong. In English, it's called A New Old Play.
可唔可以撩仔仔？
這個不得行哈，老邱，你跟他們不同，你是在豐都政府都掛了號了哦。
掛了號就必須去報到，這開不到玩笑了哈。
This is the description from the festival program. The leading clown role in a renowned theater troupe passes away and is welcomed into the underworld. As he relives his vivid memories one last time before entering the afterlife, 50 years of art, struggle, and love play out against the background of 20th century China's tumultuous history.
And you have the opportunity in Locarno to see many films that otherwise would hardly pass in your city, in your country. Not just because they are art house films, but because of matters of distribution, etc. Sometimes they just go to the main cities or the biggest cities. So Locarno is really a very special experience. And even the guests who come, they may not be like, as I said, the most incredible Hollywood stars, like you say, in the red carpets in Cannes or in Berlin, but you see many of the most important, like independent filmmakers or marginal filmmakers or radical filmmakers too.
Another film playing at Locarno is My Brother's Dream Awake, directed by Claudia Huaycamila from Chile. Here's the synopsis. Two brothers have been incarcerated in a juvenile prison for a year. Despite the difficulties, they've formed a solid group of friends with whom they spend their days sharing dreams of freedom. Everything changes when the arrival of a rebellious young man offers a possible escape. The only door to make those dreams come true. Now let's compare notes. I've been to the festival twice. I covered it twice, but you've been how many times, Eduardo?
Oh, I lost the count, but at least since I moved to Switzerland 20 years ago, I've been trying to go almost every year there.
And what's your favorite part about being down there during the festival?
Well, when I could go as a normal person, as a normal cinema goer,
You mean not working?
not working exactly. I mean, the greatest pleasure, of course, is to be able to watch 5 or 6 films a day. It sounds like an overdose, but of course, for a cinephile, it's paradise.
Utopia is a theme in the Swiss film called Monteverita. The year is 1906, and a young wife and mother wants to break free from her bourgeois role and its social constraints. So she flees to the Monteverita sanatorium in an idyllic setting quite near Locarno. There she can focus on her passion, photography. But can she return to her family without giving up on herself?
Ihr entscheidet einfach so über mein Leben.
Ich freue mich zu sehr.
Wie die Natur uns bewegt, wie sie uns heilt.
Jeder hier leistet seinen Beitrag für die Gemeinschaft. Gibst damit deiner eigenen Leistung einen Wert.
The director of Monteverita, Stefan Jäger, took 5 with us for a chat on the Piazza Grande. He was telling us about the real-life community that inspired his film.
What they did on the Monteverita was kind of the first flower power community. Like in 1900, they lived like not only for their nudism, not only for their long hair, but also they were trying to live in union with the nature. Even also equal rights for women and men, very modern. And so therefore I would like that this movie could show that even in Switzerland that there were hippies as well. And then there's some historians who say that there's a connection between the founders of the Monteverita and the flower power movement in San Francisco. Time is right to discover what happened here in Switzerland, not only on a level of like wars and so on, but also of a level of utopias.
And in Locarno, it's this ease of access to people in the film industry that really appeals to Eduardo.
Then, of course, there is the personal factor, meeting people, filmmakers, young filmmakers. This is another point of Locarno, that you meet lots of budding filmmakers, critics, film people, not just directors, and so on, from all ages, from all countries. And in Locarno, it's not a 2-tier festival. I mean, people were just at arm's reach. So you can simply have a coffee and you're just beside some kind of director or famous or non-famous. But the talk is movies or arts and culture. So it's very exciting. People there are also very excited to be there. So it's this excitement builds up. And the conversations, the context, for the people in the industry, it's also very important because there they can also pitch their projects to producers, channels, streaming services who are now very heavy on production. So there is all this whole spectrum of film business going on at the same time in the same place.
That was Eduardo Simantob, who's covering the Locarno Film Festival along with our colleague Carlo Pisani, a video journalist. You can find all their stories on our website at swissinfo.ch, or you can Google #Locarno Close-Up for front row seats and a peek backstage. We produce this podcast twice a month. Our next episode will delve into the world of cryptocurrency with our financial correspondent in Zurich. Go ahead and subscribe to be sure you don't miss it. And if you got a topic that you'd like us to explore, our email address is swissconnection@swissinfo.ch. Or you can leave us a comment on social media. We'd love to hear from you. The Swiss Connection is a Swiss Info production. Our theme music is by Michele Andina. Our sound engineer is Danny Wheeler. I'm Susan Misicka. Thanks for listening.
Do you want to polish your knowledge about Swiss elections, referendums, and political parties, while at the same time learning more about the quirks of the political system in Switzerland? If that's the case, our newsletter course is just what you need. Each week for a month, we'll send you a free installment explaining the most important details of how Swiss democracy works. Our course teaches you who is eligible to vote in Switzerland, what the different parties stand for, how election and popular vote results are implemented, and what distinguishes Swiss democracy from other political systems. Our crash course is interactive, like democracy itself. Your questions will be answered on an FAQ page, and you can debate with other users and share your inputs and opinions. We will also provide links to multimedia articles and videos to help you better understand the Swiss democratic system. Please join us and sign up for the free Democracy Crash Course newsletter at www.swissinfo.ch/democracy. That's www.swissinfo.ch/democracy.